What's up, beautiful people? My name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a long-awaited review of the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. Now, this was first announced a couple weeks ago, and you guys know I fell absolutely in love. This is my favorite color, like a mauve, and today we're going to review this palette, tell you a little bit about it, and then we'll go over 3 looks using this palette, as well as my review and swatches on 2 different skin tones. So without any further ado, let's jump to the video. As always, all makeup on this channel is cruelty-free, and so is Urban Decay. Special shout out goes to Nadine and Christy. Thank you guys so much for the coffee. And now let's jump into the review. Now, first things first, let's go ahead and start off with some information about this palette. So this palette retails for $49. I know some of you guys are like, and some of you guys are like, but that is the standard price for Urban Decay Naked palettes. It's actually the first one I ever bought full price. I usually get them used, or I haven't really tried that many Urban Decay Nakeds really, so this is the one I was like super excited about. Out of the whole Naked range, this is the prettiest one to me. So yeah, they're retiring the original Naked palette, and now they're putting out this beautiful pink one. So let's get started. The first thing is that there are 12 shadows in this palette. This is the actual unit itself. It comes in a nice plastic. It doesn't feel cheap or anything. It feels nice, has a little bit of weight to it. It is this beautiful mauve cherry color. Now this is not scented, but let's smell it. I hate this. Okay, so it's not scented, and I have not smelt it when I've been playing with it for the past couple days, but when you like put your nose into it, it don't smell good. It doesn't smell good. So there are 12 shades in this palette. The website describes them as soft mattes and metallics. Now, I will tell you right off the bat, these metallics, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 metallics in this palette. They seem more like shimmers to me than metallics, so I feel like that description is kind of inaccurate, but I do see these soft mattes and they are all very pretty. Now this does look like it does online, like the preview pictures that got me all excited. This does look like that, so I'm not saying that online it looks different than it does in person. I've seen the Urban Decay official YouTube channel using this palette and they looked a lot lighter, but this is what they actually look like in like real light. I think against maybe like high quality glam lights, they just looked a lot lighter because they do look like the preview pictures in person. So I'm going to now insert some swatches on a light and a darker skin tone so you can get a feel for what it will look like on your skin tone, and then we'll get into the 3 looks of this palette. Alright, so here are the swatches on 2 different skin tones. You can see the lighter shades look a little bit ashier on this skin tone, but I think that's okay. I love the deeper shimmers on the darker complexion. I think the pinks look good on both skin tones. And honestly, everything except for this one right here, the second shade, which was very chunky and kind of powdery, and this last shade, which swatched pretty patchy as well. The rest of them look pretty good. I think this is definitely a palette for beginners who are scared of mixing colors because honestly, all of these colors are pretty similar, and I think you can mix any of these together to make a cohesive look. But yeah, this is how they swatched. Alright guys, so what did you think of these swatches? I definitely think some of the lighter shades didn't look fantastic on a darker skin tone, but I also think they make it really easy to blend, so I don't have an issue with them. I think the swatches of the reds and kind of mauves on a deeper skin tone look so pretty, as well as on a light skin tone look very pretty too. And as I said, I'm a little bit biased by mauves. Now, this palette was a little bit different than I expected, honestly. I feel like right off the bat, before we even get to the looks, I felt like I was going to get more versatility out of this palette. I can tell you straight up, I'm going to get a bunch of crap for that because look at it. It's a pink and light colored palette. We understand this. However, for being a $49 palette, it's not exactly what I expected. So we're going to go head out to the tutorials now. We're going to give you 2 little mini tutorials under a minute long, and then I'll show you the second look, but the second look has its own video, which I will leave a link down below, which is like a get ready with me video. So let's go do the 3 looks, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on this palette. Hey guys, this is look number 2 using the Naked Cherry palette. I know what you're thinking. This looks pretty similar to the first look. I did a little bit of a cut crease. You can see the full video. I'll leave it linked down below for this look. I did a get ready with me video. But this is look number 2. I'll let you form your own opinions. I'll give my full opinion in a second when we go to look number 3. Alright guys, so this is look number 3 using the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. What do you think? I think this wig's pretty cute. I have to wear a beanie with it because it's not like the most realistic thing in the world. I like this look the most out of the 3, I think. It's very easy. I just blended a whole bunch of colors and put the lightest one in the center. Love a good halo eye. And now let's get to the review part of this video. Okay, so the thoughts about the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. I think this is a good quality palette. The palette quality is there. However, I don't think I would repurchase it now knowing that I've played with it enough. It's very beautiful. Like looking at it in a store, I would buy this all over again. It's freaking beautiful. However, I feel like a lot of the looks you can get out of this are all going to kind of look the same. Even the cut crease didn't even look like a cut crease. I feel like if I was going to edit something about this palette, I would add more reds to it instead of like a whole bunch of these colors. Maybe I would take one of these 2 mattes since they're so similar. Well, they don't look similar on camera, but in person they look very similar. I would change one of these to more of a red, even if it's like a burnt, dark, deep red. I feel like a little bit more versatility out of this palette is what exactly it needs, because a lot of these colors can come off exactly the same color on the eyes. Swatches and stuff, a lot of these colors look very similar. They look beautiful in the pan. It makes for a very cohesive look. It makes it very easy to not mess up your look because all the colors are kind of similar. But I do think a little bit more versatility would be really great out of this palette. Even the deepening up shade right here, which I found absolutely stunning. Maybe if it was like a tad bit darker, a tad bit more red to it, and like a more of a bricky kind of color instead of just a brown, it would have been better for the cherry theme. I do appreciate them having like a peach kind of color in here, which makes it a lot easier if you don't want a super mauve-y pink look on your eyes. I love the color scheme. However, I think if you are not going for this color of eye makeup constantly, which I mean I kind of am, if you are not into this kind of color scheme constantly, I would suggest maybe getting a couple single shadows. I will leave a couple single shadows that I could suggest as dupes for this palette in the comment section down below. I'm not saying they'll be 100% correct, but they'll give you the same kind of vibe if you don't want to buy the full-sized $49 palette. I'll try to give you some affordable singles down below. I like the palette a lot. I think I'll get a lot of use out of it if I try to. I mean, I think this is one of those palettes where I'm either going to use it a ton and use it as my everyday look, because it's a very kind of similar look you're gonna get out of this palette every time, or I'll forget about it. So I don't know how I feel about it yet. I love it. It's very good quality. If you're looking for quality, you're not care about my personal opinion on the color scheme, it's here. There's not much kickback. There's not much fallout. The colors are very pigmented. A couple of the matte shadows are a little more dry and do take a little bit of building up, especially this color right here. I don't feel like it's as vibrant in person as it looks in the pan. I feel like it takes a lot of work to get it very purpley pretty color. Also, those shimmers, the metallics, which are supposed to be metallics and they're actually shimmers, aren't that bright. I feel like maybe if there was one, let's took this weird shade out. We took this shade out, we put a bright white or a bright pink or a bright anything. Yeah, I think a bright white or a bright champagne color shimmer metallic would actually make this a lot easier for looks like a halo eye, where you don't have a lot of brightness in the center because you don't have a super bright metallic color. Like the lightest metallic is this pink and it doesn't even show up that bright. So there are a bunch of things I would change about this palette personally. It is still very beautiful. I am obsessed with it. I think the rest of the collection is something I would look at too, especially the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray scented like cherries. Like if I see that in store, I'm picking it up. I don't care. I love cherries. I think that's why I'm in such a good mood today, is because I had a Dr. Pepper cherry, and that's my favorite thing in the world. If you guys like Dr. Pepper cherry, please let me know in the comment section down below, because you are my people. And again, with this collection, they're also a setting spray, a highlight blush palette, which has 3 colors in it for $34, and there are also 3 lipsticks, regular sticks, lipsticks, not liquid lipsticks, at $18 each. So if you're interested in anything else in the collection, I'll also leave it linked down below. So if you guys want the palette, it's a good quality palette. I don't think you'll get that much versatility out of it, honestly, but if this is your everyday kind of color scheme, I think it's a great purchase. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love you guys so much, and if you have it, let me know if you like it down in the comments section. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Also, please don't read me for talking fast, because I feel like I talked really fast towards the end of this video.